In this video, we'll be taking a look at one college football game happening on October 20th, 2023, and providing you with a free team pick and total pick for this game, so 2 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on this one college football game after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. SMU versus Temple. The upcoming showdown between the SMU Mustangs and the Temple Owls promises to be a captivating contest, pitting two teams with distinct recent performances and unique strengths against each other. Let's delve into the details of this clash. SMU, boasting a commendable 4-2 record, has been a dominant force within the American Athletic Conference. Their only 2 losses came at the hands of formidable opponents, TCU and the 18th-ranked Oklahoma, which can hardly be termed as poor losses. The Mustangs have impressively asserted their dominance within the conference, securing notable victories against Charlotte and East Carolina. Their passing game, orchestrated by the impressive quarterback Preston Stone, has been a standout feature, with Stone's recent performance in their last game, where he threw for over 250 yards and 3 touchdowns, being particularly noteworthy. Although their running game has faced some challenges, the passing game has admirably filled in the gap. Notably, SMU's defense has been their most commendable aspect thus far, ranking highly in several defensive categories and allowing an average of a mere 17 points per game. As the Mustangs enter this game as substantial 19.5-point favorites, the expectations are high for them to continue their dominance. SMU ranks 3rd out of 14 teams in the American Athletic Conference in scoring with 33 points per game. They have the top scoring defense in the conference, allowing just 17 points per. The SMU defense has 16 sacks over 6 games, led by defensive ends Nelson Paul and Elijah Roberts with 3 each. The Mustangs have just 4 defensive takeaways, 3 coming from interceptions. Temple, conversely, has had a challenging initiation to conference play, with a record of 2-5 overall and a disappointing 0-3 record in the American Conference. They've endured a string of discouraging losses where their opponents have averaged nearly 45 points per game, making it clear that their defense has been a major concern. In their most recent game, they suffered a 45-14 defeat and allowed North Texas to accumulate over 500 yards of total offense, highlighting their defensive woes. Adding to their problems, the Temple offense has been unable to compensate effectively, particularly through the air. Their starting quarterback, Quincy Patterson, had a particularly rough outing in their last game, managing just 105 yards, averaging a meager 3.5 yards per catch, going 12 of 30 with 3 interceptions and no touchdowns. Turnovers have been a major obstacle on the offensive front, and Temple must rectify this issue if they aspire to be competitive, especially against 2 teams that don't often give the ball away. Temple ranks 11th out of 14 teams in scoring in the American Athletic Conference with 22 points per game, and their defense ranks 12th, allowing 36 points per game. Safety Tywin Francis leads the team in tackles with 55 on the year. The team has 11 sacks over 7 games, led by linebacker Dewan Black with 3.5 on the season. The Owls only have 2 takeaways so far, with 1 interception and 1 fumble recovery. As Temple prepares for their upcoming game against SMU at home, they find themselves as substantial 19.5-point underdogs. This matchup is further complicated by uncertainties surrounding their starting quarterback, E.J. Warner, who is questionable for the game due to an undisclosed injury. In addition, Temple has a few backup players on both offense and defense who are also dealing with injuries. To stand a chance in this game, Temple faces a multifaceted challenge. Their defense, which has been consistently porous in recent games, must find a way to get off the field and limit their opponent's scoring. Teams have consistently moved the chains and put up points against them, necessitating that Temple devise strategies to force punts and turnovers. Their priority should be to mitigate downfield passing while forcing opposing teams to commit to the run game, thereby reducing the score and keeping gains within reach. On the offensive end, they have to revitalize their passing game, a performance in which the quarterback throws for just over 100 yards and 3 touchdowns, as witnessed in their recent game game is deemed unacceptable, particularly when facing a formidable SMU defense. The inability to establish a potent run or pass game against an above-average SMU defense could result in a challenging and arduous game for Temple. Looking at the point spread, it initially opened at 18 points but has since moved to 19.5, indicating substantial backing for SMU. In straightforward terms, this matchup appears to be a mismatch between a team that is hitting its stride and one that is grappling with issues, struggling to assert itself on the field. Anticipate an offensive extravaganza from the Mustangs, considering Temple's vulnerability in allowing their opponents to average nearly 450 total offensive yards and over 35 points per game. SMU has consistently scored 30 or more points in 5 of their 6 games this season, and their passing game has found a potent rhythm as of late. Consequently, it's highly likely that they will deliver an explosive offensive performance in this game. On the defensive side, SMU has quietly been one of the standout teams this season, statistically holding opponents to an average of just 17 points per game. Their formidable pass rush and solid downfield coverage will present significant challenges to a Temple offense that has had its share of struggles, especially with the starting quarterback, E.J. Warner, being uncertain for this game. In terms of recent trends, Temple has struggled to cover the spread in 5 of their first 6 games. In their most recent outing, the Mustangs secured a victory by a 3-touchdown margin, although this achievement may not be immediately apparent when analyzing some of the statistical data. SMU managed just 58 rushing yards and a total of 334 yards alongside 14 first downs and a less-than-ideal 4 of 1-5 conversion rate on third-down plays. However, their defense played a pivotal role in keeping them competitive by generating 2 turnovers and restricting the Pirates to just 3.8 yards per play. As for Temple, they experienced the unfortunate setback of E.J. Warner's injury, which severely hindered their offensive capabilities, resulting in 3 interceptions and 527 yards allowed. SMU's offense possesses the quality to capitalize on the vulnerabilities of the Temple defense. Temple's primary challenge lies in their defense, which has been allowing an average of 36 points per game. In this upcoming game, they must confront an SMU offense known for its prowess. The expectation is that SMU's offense will shine, leaving Temple with a difficult task to counter their onslaught. Turnovers are likely to remain a significant concern for the Temple offense, and the game is poised to result in a resounding victory for SMU. So the SMU Mustangs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Temple, although an underdog in this matchup, may still have a chance to be competitive, but it will not be primarily due to their defense. Often, weaker teams aim to slow down the pace of the game, limit possessions, and rely on tenacious defense to keep games close against superior opponents. However, this approach may not be effective for Temple. The Owls have surrendered 40-plus points in 5 consecutive games, making it impractical to rely on defensive stops. Instead, Temple must be willing to take offensive risks, maintain a high pace, and try to match the scoring output of the Mustangs. Notably, in their 3 games before the Warner injury, all contests exceeded the projected total. SMU is currently ranked 3rd in the conference, averaging 33 points per game, and is expected to put up a substantial score against a Temple defense that has been permitting an average of 36 points per game. Preston Stone, SMU's quarterback, is coming off an efficient performance with 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. Additionally, Temple's defense has been giving up an average of 206.7 rushing yards per game, making it a challenging task to contain the Mustangs. Consequently, it is highly probable that points will be scored in abundance in this matchup. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.